Hey guys, welcome to Judge Jody and Happy New Year to everybody. After another year of uncertainty last year, I really hope everybody has a much better and brighter year this year. So, yeah, just hoping everybody's well. I know that the darts finals on right now, so I'm missing it out. I'm missing out on it as well. So I'm hoping that if people are watching, people are in the comments. Please give me some updates as to what's going on with the darts because I'm really, really interested and I'm excited to know what's going on. So. But yeah, maybe this year Spurs could win us a trophy. Who knows? I'm hoping. I'm hoping. um,
Please.
please, please. Joining me tonight, guys, to help break down another really frustrating performance. I've got Mari back with me. Thank you for coming back, Mari.
Oh man, it's always an honor to be in your courtroom and have fun last time. So I'm looking to have fun
Yeah,
again.
we got to make it fun, don't we? And you're always shedding positivity and light in this courtroom. We need it after Saturday's performance. I keep forgetting what day of the week it is. You're a bit like me in terms of like Christmas and New Year, and you just have no idea what day of the week
Yeah,
it is anymore. So I'm hoping that we've got you on so we can get some positivity back in here, some New Year's positivity,
positivity.
break down the player performances and see what's going on.
Yep.
How are you feeling though? Happy New Year.
Feeling good. Finally good to be out of quarantine. Went to work
Mm,
today, and I'm ready to rock and roll. We got transfer window open.
yeah.
Really happy. 8 games we have not lost. Um, and Hopefully, we get some help on the way. Hopefully, if you believe
Please,
the
please,
reports,
please. I know.
please,
We
please.
gotta
Back
try
Conte.
and yes, back Conte, everybody. You gotta back Conte. You gotta try not to believe everything you see, but it gets hard, doesn't it, when there's so many rumors
Yeah.
rife in there. Some exciting ones as well. But what about Saturday's performance? What are you thinking? What are your thoughts?
Uh, it is. Uh, it was. It was frustrating. It was not pleasing to the eye.
Mm,
And Part of the blame you got to put it with Watford. They will play on the low blocks, and it's just when you have like a team that wants to put 8 guys, 9 guys in the box,
yeah,
it's really hard, and we don't have the players to really break down their defense, like
yeah,
like a City or you
hmm
know. And the only
yeah,
person who could really, honestly, you know, try to create something and break down is the guy that we want to get rid of. That's Tanguy. That was a perfect game
perfect game, right?
for Tanguy to play,
Hmm.
but as we all know, he's in the doghouse, and he's going to.
Yeah,
They're
I
looking
know.
to sell him, if you believe the rumors, Roma and AC Milan. So
Well, that's the thing. I mean, he's not getting any like playing time. He should have come on for the Southampton game as well for me, and he didn't. Like these games are crying out for Tango, aren't they? And the fact that he's not coming on, I think it's pretty clear. But it's the thing is, who's going to take him? I just don't see anybody. He hasn't played for so long, and who's
those
going to want to
wages,
pay those wages? Like,
yeah.
so I don't know. I don't know. Eddie Ryan's saying, would you take Neves from Wolves? I mean, they played well today.
Um,
Very well today.
yeah. I mean, anything's an upgrade right now. In regards to Tange and Lo Celso, but it was nice seeing Lo Celso. He showed some life. Um,
Mhm.
you
Sean
know,
saying him getting in is telling,
yeah,
probably about what
it's
Conte's
definitely
thinking.
it is definitely telling, and so I don't know. It's pretty interesting. We It's a appointment window. It's a hard window to do business.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
but it's
January's tough,
very
isn't it? Yeah.
but it's gonna be very telling because we really have a chance now. With United dropping more points and us having a game in hand, this is the time to really grab top four. Because I
Mhm.
mean, if
Yeah.
you, I mean, the benefits of having Champions League.
Yeah.
In regards to
Yeah.
getting players in the summer,
Yep.
um, extra
The
income,
money. Yeah,
the
the income
money.
for me is a big one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just it sells itself, doesn't it? I think I was saying a few weeks ago now, we did a talking point show. It was around, are we better off not being in Europe? And for me, it was definitely yes, because I think we need to be in Europe because of all the reasons that you're saying. But that Conference League, I don't think was the right one for us. And I think now we can at least, concentrate on trying to get that top four position. There's no better time to do it for us than now with
Yeah.
Manchester United being in. we all saw today
Yeah.
what's going on there. So I
Is
think.
Ali still the coach? Because I don't see the difference.
Did Nuno slide in there maybe, or we weren't looking
Yeah.
at it? I don't know. I don't know, but I agree. I think for us, top four, no better time for us to challenge for it. And without having that Conference League, getting that extra time to have Conte with the players, to train with them, and just all that stuff. Like, I think let's do it. Let's try and aim for it anyway. I think.
Yeah.
But you didn't mention. We'll get into it, obviously. But what about Davis and Sanchez, our savior?
I
We'll get
I
into it.
know
We'll get into
he's
it.
yeah, he's doing good. A big shout out to
Mhm.
Mike. Big up to Mike and Sid, and of course Sam and the rest of the Paxton Road boys, my brothers. Big up
What up, the
and
hustler? How you doing?
word up the
Big shout out to
hustler.
everyone we have in the comments, actually. So, who we got? We got Sean Snow's in, Eddie Ryan. How you doing? We got Alan Harris, the Hotspur hustler.
Okay.
Shawnee's here. Shawnee's in. What's up? How the
Sean.
darts going, Sean? You're gonna keep me updated, I'm sure.
I'm actually pretty good at darts. I'm actually pretty good.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
now I know there's different versions to play, darts. I think I've played about two or three different versions, depending on which pub or what bar you go to. But I'm pretty okay.
Pretty good. You're talking
Yeah.
yourself up then, Mo. Next time you come to the UK, we're gonna have to have a bit of a dart off, I think.
Okay. I'm down. I'm definitely down. 2-2.
2-2,
Okay.
Alan Harris. Okay, thank you, Alan.
Thank you for the update.
What's Sean Hale saying? Not interested in darts. Oh, well, you gotta tell me what's going on. I'm relying on everybody. Right. Okay. Let's get into this, Murray. We're here for one thing.
Yep.
One thing only. Let's get into this.
Mhm.
Let me share my screen. Um, I'm pretty sure we're quite similar today. I think in our readings when I was having a quick look at this earlier on. But
Yeah.
let's break it down. So Hugo, what we're saying
Hey.
about Hugo. Is he gonna get his contract? Who knows? I don't
Y-
know.
You know,
I hope so.
it's interesting. A year ago, I'm thinking we need to move on from Lloris. Now it's like, oh no,
Mhm.
please give him a new contract. He's been solid, really one of early candidates for Player of the Year for our squad, and he has been really solid.
Yeah.
And Saturday was another proven performance. Um, I know there's conflicting um,
Yeah.
opinions that was a penalty on the
What did you
American
think?
coverage.
What did you
I
think?
I think he got it just in time. He
I
got
think
to
he
the
touched
ball,
it. I do.
touched it just in
I
time.
watched it quite a
Uh,
few times, and I
You know,
think, yeah, I agree. I
but
mean,
you have this anti-Spurs agenda in the states here also, and people are like, oh, it should have been a penalty. They were robbed. I'm like, no, 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 no. It was not. It was just in time, and it's huge. This year, you see him come out more,
yeah,
um, um, which is good. The distribution could still be better. I know the last game before that, he put Eric Dyer in a tough predicament. But other than that, he's been doing good, and
hmm
like Sean So said, no pen. I agree, well played, and that's why he gets an 8.
yeah. I think Sean was saying 6.5 earlier. He said he only made one save, and that's true. That's fair, but the save he made was a pretty decent save, I thought.
The
That one off
importance.
King's attempt, like the most important attempt. It was a one-handed save. I thought that was pretty epic, actually. And yeah, I mean, normally a keeper, I think, to get an 8 needs to do something pretty special. But I think he did. I think he did do something very special for us on Saturday. So for me, I think I agree with you. I think an eight's warranted from my perspective, but everybody has their own opinion, and I, totally appreciate everybody's opinions. I think Sean Hurley is saying a 7. Yeah, fair. I mean, 7,
Yeah, I
8. I
thought
think.
about it. I thought about 7, 7 or 8. I thought about it.
But yeah, I think for me it's an 8. Just as well, people we have listening in who can't see, Mari's given Hugo an 8, and I've given him an 8 as well. And then Kim B's saying superstar guest right here. I mean, you know what's up.
Kim,
Kim knows what's up.
she knows.
We
Hey,
only get
Kim.
superstars here on Paxton Road TV. That's all we get. But yeah, for me, it's an 8. And that's all we can say. Please sign a new contract. Please give him a new contract. And I mean, that's all I have to say on the matter. Davies and Sanchez. Oh boy.
Hey.
Okay, people listening in, Mari's given Davidson an 8. I've given him an 8. Yeah, probably wouldn't have got an 8 if he didn't get the goal for me. But I think all in all, the defense did really well. You'll see like my scores for the rest of them. But I think the extra point for me for Sanchez because of the goal. He was defending really well. I think he was like covering spaces where Emerson was kind of being left out. And yeah, I'm really, really liking what I'm seeing of him lately. What do you think, Mo?
Yeah, Sanchez had to grow on me this year. Um, he's probably playing the best um since Toby and Jan was there. People forget that that first year he was pretty good. Um, he's always good for a mistake, a good face
Hmm.
plant.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Wheat grass. I think that's what David Irish was saying last time he was on here. He likes to eat grass. So
he's always good. And Sean says man of the match for me. And I was
yeah.
gonna say man of the match was either between him and Lloris.
Hmm.
But he's
Yeah.
always good for my nickname for him sometimes. Ever since I gave him the nickname Skates, Davison Skate Sanchez, uh, he's actually take his game up. I think that's why he's not celebrating because he
Yeah.
heard my nickname. I'm calling him Davison Skate Sanchez, but he's playing real well, and I'm proud of him. And he's starting to mature because I saw the post game comment interview, and he's definitely focused.
Hmm.
And like I said, sell him something. Now it's kind of like we need that depth. Yeah, I mean, all right, try to get that center back, but let's have Sanchez for depth reasons because we definitely
Yeah.
need some depth to our squad. And yeah, I agree with Kim. I agree with Sean.
Yeah.
He was
Man
my
of the
man in the
match.
match. He
Yeah.
was my man in the match,
Yeah.
and that header was perfect.
Perfect.
It was yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm very, very impressed with if what I'm seeing of him, and he's had the odd slip up in kind of weeks here and there, but I think overall this season he's really been one of the kind of best when he's been playing in that back line along with Dyer. So yeah, I'm happy with what I'm seeing. Very
Yeah.
happy. All right, let's move on then, shall we, to Mr. Dyer? Sevens, sevens all around.
We get the same. Once
Headspace,
again.
get out of my head, dude. Once again.
I'm reading
Um,
your mind.
yeah.
Uh, um,
What do you think?
Dyer was, it was solid, not spectacular, but just solid. Just like Sanchez. He's always good for a blunder. But he's been. I've said this in some other streams and even my own stream. He has been, for me personally, our player of the year because of just the consistency.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and that's shocking because I would never,
yeah.
ever, ever,
Last season,
uh,
like,
yeah, I would never said
no,
Eric Dyer would have any consideration for that. But I'm gonna be fair. Eric
same.
Dyer is a candidate for Player of the Year, a Spurs Player of the Year,
Yeah,
and I think he's gonna get called up. He's having a better year, in my opinion, than Maguire and stuff. Like I mean, he's might possibly get called up.
yeah. And Conte's, giving him all the credit as well. Like, I agree. I think in this game, I think he was being challenged quite a lot by Dennis before he came off. But
Mhm.
I think he handled him really well. Um, I think I just really liked what he was doing out there. I think he was clearing balls where he could. Um, he was helping out Lloris, I think, as well, where he could as well in that game when the ball did come down. And yeah, I agree with you. This season, he's just really stepped up. The leadership that he's shown, in the
Yeah.
back line, that's really, really needed there. I think a squad that's kind of, youngish with a lot of the players that we have there. He's one of the kind of more senior players that we have, and he's really showing kind of those leadership qualities like every game that I've seen, and not making those mistakes that he used to do. So, yeah, I agree. Very happy with what I'm seeing.
The tough
Um,
question probably is, once Romero gets fit, does
yeah.
Romero automatically, comes in and Dyer sits? I mean, Romero has to play, but
Oh, yeah.
does he have to work his way, earn his way, or be fully fit? Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting though, because I thought when at the start of the season when Romero came in and, we started to see Sanchez and Dier, start kind of picking their shoes up and like starting to play really well. Like, for me, it was kind of like, well, look, we've got Romero coming in. We need to show, that we deserve a spot in this squad. And that was what I kind of thought it might have been.
Mhm.
And potentially now that Romero's been out, maybe is it a case of that they need to continuously show that whilst he's out so that they can show that they have a place when he comes back in? Don't know, but we can't really kind of think about it too much, but that's sort of my thinking.
Yeah.
Sean Snow's saying Davies over Dyer. Yeah,
I mean, this year, or the game? I would say this year, D Dyer over
Dyer. Yeah,
Davies.
Dyer's
Uh,
played more games, hasn't he?
yeah. But Davies had the most important play of the year, and that's not fully covering Ronaldo, so Ronaldo could score.
Mm.
Does Man United beating
Romero.
us,
Oh,
um,
Ronaldo.
does Romero scoring so we could get Conte? It's still the most
Romero.
imp it's still the most important play. So, Davies, I will forever love you for not fully defending Ronaldo and letting Ronaldo score that goal in a twisted way. In a twisted way.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, look, what Sean's saying, Romero will replace Sanchez. I mean, I thought they played quite well against each other, but I mean, aside one another. But yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I think we're going to have to see. I mean, I don't know what the latest is with Romero. I think he was in training, wasn't he? I think we saw some stuff, but I don't think he's ready. Was he in training, or was that just? I'm not sure. He's not up to scratch yet, but I don't think it'll be too soon, too far off until we see him start. I'm
Yeah.
hoping anyway. Maybe February time,
Yeah,
potentially.
just a time for Argentina. Argentina. That's where he
Yeah,
got.
exactly.
That's where he
Yeah,
got hurt.
don't
So
don't say that. He's gonna sit that one out. He's gonna sit that one out.
hopefully,
Right. We've got a darts update. I don't know if this is old on you, but Ryder's up 3-2. So thanks for that one, Alan.
okay. Thank you, Alan.
All right, we need to move on. We need to move on. We've covered Dyer. All right, Ben Davies. On to Davies. Sevens all round.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Not like a whole lot to say. I think for me, the whole back line kind of warrant the sevens. Other than Sanchez, who got the 8 for the goal. It was a quieter day for him, I think, on Saturday. All the action was kind of going down that right side, as we knew, kind of down Emerson's side. I think he was helping Reggie out where he could. Um, he was helping to drive us forward. He was good defending as well as Davies. Sorry, is yeah. I think it was an okay performance from him, but I think everyone kind of in that back line did well.
yeah,
What do you
yeah.
think?
No, I thought, it was spectacular. Wasn't bad. He just did his work. I was thinking six, but I'm like, you know what?
Mm.
I'm gonna be nice. A seven. He was okay. I mean,
Yeah, it
Dennis
wasn't a
is.
great game in overall, really, was it? Like,
Yeah, I'm more frustrated with the offensive tack than more on the defensive front. And they had to handle Dennis, who's like second behind Mo Salah in goals, and they were able
mhm.
to. But then again, I don't even think Watford tried to really try to score.
No,
But it's a it's a seven. It's a meh. It's
yeah,
good.
it's a yeah. I think it's a. I think They did well. The fact I think now you're kind of making me think myself because Watford didn't really have any chances. But there was that one attempt, and Lloris did well.
Yeah,
I think we can't really rate the guys down for doing anything. Maybe they should all get sixes. I don't know. Maybe you're making
yeah,
me think myself. But yeah,
yeah,
I think look, Alan's trying to say here, trying to help us out, is that the defense did their job when we
yeah.
needed to
I
defend, and
agree.
that's that's exactly right. Thanks, Alan. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Oh dear.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah. I feel bad because the guy's
uh,
dog went missing as well. I only recently found out. So he got it
uh,
back. He got him back, and we all are very happy that he got his dog back. Sean's saying 7.5 for Emerson.
you
Yeah.
know,
I mean, it
uh,
was the crossing that was the problem. I mean, overall, he wasn't
Sofa
terrible.
Score actually at one time gave him an 8, which was the highest. Which I was like, what game were they watching? But I guess it went down. I I gave him a 5 because his runs were good. I mean, down the flank, he had he had the space. Really, it was just the end product that
Yeah,
the crossing was just horrible.
just
Him and
horrible.
Reggie,
Both of
it
them.
was,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah,
I think
it
both of them.
was horrible. And I don't know if
Yeah.
you're watching the coverage, the American coverage, the USA Network, but they were just roasting them, and rightly so. It's just kind of like all these great runs that he's this great space is all a waste. It's basically a waste. And so
Yeah.
it's yeah, that's why I gave him a 5. I was being nice by giving him a 5. I thought about 4. I was
I
being
know. I
nice.
mean, Sean's saying that we're on blinders today. I mean, it, it wasn't great, was it? To be honest, like I
I,
think um, everything was coming down his side. I think Ranieri, obviously, Watford knew what they were doing by not having anybody on him. Like there was so much space around him. His crosses were terrible. I think it was like 5 of 14 attempts or something I saw like in his crosses, and it's not good. It's not good. I know he's really young, and I know there's a lot to improve in that area. But it's just yeah, it's just it's not good, not good. There's a 4 from me. Kim's saying he looked tired.
possibly.
Uh, I don't know if he was one that suffered from COVID. Potentially he was, and that is a symptom. Alan's saying what it wasn't so much his bad crossing. The problem is not enough bodies in the area.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they were playing the low block, like literally,
Nobody's in the box. Yeah.
it was 8 guys, 9 guys in the box, and it's tough. It's tough, and but still, I 5 is not bad.
It's not bad. Five's not bad. Five is, I think,
Yeah,
for me, when I give a rate, 5 is kind of like you've shown up. Like 5 is average, like an average score, and then 6 it kind of gets
yeah.
higher and higher and higher from there. 4 is, yeah, you've not done. It's not terrible, but it's not great. It's a worse than 5. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we're hovering 4 and a 5, but yeah, it was for me. Yeah, it wasn't great, Emerson. I'm so sorry. Sean Snow saying Peacock Pundit was daft. Is that the American thing?
Yeah, it
Peacock?
was USA Network Peacock.
There you go.
Because I'm hearing that. I got some mixed opinions of that because because basically, I kind of felt the same way when I was watching it. Now he was kind of some of the comments. I don't know if he has a anti-Spurs agenda. Maybe I don't know, but there was a couple of things
Most of them
that
do.
yeah. But there were a couple of things that I did agree with him about because I'm watching the game, like literally, like wasn't pleasing to the eye, you know. And he was just like he's wasting, with these crosses. It's just
Yeah.
horrible, and I agree, but
All right, let's move on because we might get into that a bit later on. But Sergio Regulon. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
To be fair,
yeah,
I think again, like I don't think it was Regulon's fault that I've scored him down. Like maybe it was a six. For me, the fact that they were pressing him so hard because obviously like they weren't giving Emerson anything and they were all going down the right hand side. So like yeah, there wasn't much action really going down that side, I think. So he had a really nice attempt at goal, I think, but there wasn't any end product, I don't think, for him in any of his crosses. So yeah, just not as good as what I've seen from him kind of in recent times, really. And again, like I don't know if that's necessarily his fault. So just kind of the way that the game panned out for him. Um, but I don't know. What do you think? Sean's saying a four for Reggie. So I think Sean Snow's saying that Reggie was worse for him than Emerson. So
yeah.
maybe we swapped ours around. What do you think,
I
Murray?
think I think he yeah, he had more of a defensive assignment to worry about.
Hmm.
Um, I was really thinking about 5, but I said I would be nice and give him a 6. um,
Yeah.
he could have done better. He could have done better.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Along with
wasn't a great
Emerson,
day.
yeah,
Yeah.
along with Emerson, he the the passes into the box, it wasn't really his best. He could definitely do better. We know
Mhm.
Reggie could do better. He might be tired because remember when he got
Yeah.
taken off the
He
previous
was
game,
off, like, for a while, wasn't he? He was injured, so
yeah, and he was running like a chicken with his head cut off the game prior, the
the
game prior,
Southampton one? Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
maybe he's maybe he is tired. He was one of
Mhm.
the original ones I think who had COVID and stuff. So
Could
um
be. Yeah. We don't know kind of what effect COVID has on the players. Like, obviously, it has a long-term effect sometimes on all people. So,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we don't know. Hopefully they're gonna be okay, though. And he was injured as well, wasn't he? Didn't Was it an ankle injury or a something? He was off for a couple of weeks before that as well.
Yeah, I
Um,
wanna say
I don't know, it was ankle, but it was something he was off
it
for.
was
So maybe
something.
he's trying to get back fit for that as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, just not as good as usual, I think. I think a five for me, just standard, your average five. He needs to get back right up to like more goal scoring and assist scoring for me because he's in my fantasy team still, and I don't know if I should take him out, but I'm going to keep him in, and I'm going to pray that he continues to or starts to maybe improve a little bit more. Oh, Dart shout out. Alan's telling me it's 3-3, so thank you for that.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, Canners. Hey, what's up, Canners? So just so you know, Mara, I'm not sure if
Okay.
you're aware, Canners is an Arsenal fan.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, on our sister brother channel. So good show, guys. Going to be a big game with us Gooners. Can't wait. Yeah, I can't
Yep,
wait. Actually, I'm very excited for that game. It's gonna be epic. So
yep.
let's see what happens. I think you were on this show last time we did the North London Derby player ratings, Mara.
Yes, yes, we
So,
were.
and that was a very disappointing one, if I
Yeah.
remember. I'm much more excited about this one going into this time with Conte under our wing. So hopefully, when we're at home, anyway, we'll get into that. Let's move in. Thank you for watching, Kenneth. Hope yeah. So people who are listening, Murray's given him a six. I've given him a five. I feel like I'm being quite harsh again today, Murray.
um, I would
What's going
say
on here?
I would be harsh with you. I'm being nice by giving him a 6. And Sam's in the house. I
Hey
agree.
Sam, what's up?
I honestly want to give him a 5. I've heard everybody on the streams. I've seen the ratings from other people. People like, well, Pierre w- wasn't brought in to be creative. Um, um, all the excuses I've heard. This is tough because as an enforcer, what you want him to do, Pierre doesn't. The tough thing for me, and I've talked to a couple of people like Coach Stealth about tactics and other people. It's tough when you have Skippy and Hoiberg there, and one of them are not doing um, the attacking forward,
Yeah.
the effective passing. Like that's
But
what
they're not those kind of players, though, are they? They're more
no.
defensive minded.
Yeah, they're
So
more defensive. Skip has a higher, I think, ceiling
yeah, yeah.
to be able to see that, and and just nuts. Yeah, I am being really nice because I've been being criticized. Oh, you're being too hard on Hoiberg
Well,
being
Sean
hor
Snow's saying a 7, so you got
Yeah.
some you got some
People
people
people say
agreeing with you.
I've been harsh on
Alan,
Pierre Hoiberg,
6.5.
and mind you, I love Pierre. I love him, but
Yeah,
I have to be fair. I have to criticize, where criticism is due, and so I just feel that it's just Sam says when you play two in
yeah.
the midfield, he has to be a little more than just cleanup man. I
Clean up
I
man.
100% agree.
That's true.
I think a three-man midfield, uh, Pierre can be the enforcer. 100% agree, and
Yeah.
I've been saying that in other streams, but people, it's like our fan base. They like, I don't know, this could be
Mm,
sensitive. Like,
yeah.
okay, I say Sonny is a bit not sharp, he's a little off. You don't love Sonny, you don't like it's like craziness. And so same thing with Hoiberg. Hoiberg, we got to see a little bit more creative.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
gotta between him, the midfield is what's killing our our our
Yeah.
front three.
Oh, 100%. And that's you've
A
seen,
hundred
like, the
percent.
ratings are, like,
Yeah.
they're the lowest ratings for me is the
And it's not
midfield.
saying that we don't love those guys. We do love them, but
But
just
you gotta be real,
criticism.
right? You
Yeah,
gotta
it's
be
just
real.
critique. It's just critique. So
Oh, Lloyd
we
nearly missed the show, sorry.
so we
But
got
yes,
some good comments here. Very very contrast. Some people think he got 7. Some people got 4 or 5.
it's a hard
You know,
job to rate these guys, right? We
yeah.
don't wanna I don't wanna rate them. I'm not a rater, but it's a
But
courtroom. You gotta rate them, their
certain
performances.
players. I mean, Hoiberg.
Yeah.
I was being nice giving a 6. I wanted to give a 5.
Look, he had 102 touches, right? He was the second highest in the stats with touches. I think Emerson beat him by like 115 touches or something, 102 for Pierre. So, it looks, he's doing a lot of work in the middle there, but there's no end product for me. That's my problem. That's why I've given him a 5. Because if you're getting 102 touches to the ball and there's nothing coming from that, that's a bit of an issue, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think one of the best analysis I heard on another stream is just that the passing coming from the midfield when the guys are going into the box, like they will talk about how Manchester City breaks down a team that's on the low block, where they will go back and forth from the midfield to to their front to the front forwards, whereas our team we tend to pass it back to the defense,
Mm,
um, and where it's not more of being aggressive and going forward, even
going
if
forward.
the pass is not completed. Um,
Mm.
it's
It's just
it's
crying out for creativity, isn't it? We just need someone to come in and just help take the ball forward and set up those chances for like Kane and Son and
and then
uh,
Winks came on later on, and he
yeah, a bit
was
late, isn't it? I think.
a bit late. He was meh.
Well, luckily we didn't rate the subs today, so we don't have to talk about him.
Yeah, yeah.
We who we do have to rate now is Oliver Skip though. Skippy.
That's 7.
Sevens all round. Sevens all round. 777. And only 69, 59 touches compared to Hoybier's 102, something like that. It's a bit of a difference, isn't it? Really, when you look at it.
Yeah,
But he did well. He did a lot better for me. Better than like you're saying. We I don't like. I think lots of people have said we don't need both of them. The two defensive-minded midfielders in there. We need someone that's going to help us get forward. I think out of the two of them, for me, he was the better of the day. Um,
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
never been a fan of two holding mids unless you're playing a team like Manchester City. I mean, that's my opinion. Um, but I love Sam's point right here.
Mm.
Because see,
If you
that's where stats could be deceiving,
Yeah.
and Sam
Wait,
is
let me
saying
just
it
read that
correct
out
here.
for people who are listening. Oh, are you gonna do that? Sorry.
Now I'll read it. It said if you watch Pierre, he plays in the back line along with the three center backs. That's why
Yeah.
he has all those passes. Exactly, exactly. Agree. And that's why it's there's still a huge disconnect between the defense, the midfield, and our front attack. I mean, we see it, it's there. You saw it on Saturday. If you don't see otherwise, you got to be blind. You got to. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. And what Sean's saying here, skip 8 brought energy and ball progression, forward thinking all game. Yeah, that's the thing.
yeah,
He's forward thinking, isn't he? Skip has been a solid 7 most weeks, which is really good for a young player from NG23. Thank you for your comment
yeah,
there. Yeah, I agree. I think the only reason he was brought off, I think, was because of, well, I don't know. Was he on a yellow? I think he was on a yellow. And also, I think maybe they
yeah.
needed more senior players on the field potentially. And that's why he wanted to keep Hoiberg in there.
I think they
Um,
want to put in Winks also to see if could get
yeah.
some more forward progression regards with the passing and stuff.
Mm.
But like I said, I get my opinion. Winks, he was kind of yeah.
Did you not think that was the right decision then, or to bring Winks on?
Um, we needed anything, so I was
We
like,
needed
hey,
it. We
Conte wanted to put in Winks, then
If
hey,
Whatever Conte wants, Conte gets.
yeah,
Sam, what are you saying? Skip isn't necessarily a creative player, no, but he is a true box-to-box midfielder in the
yeah,
making. But
in
that
the
means
making.
in a two has to be similar. Yeah, no, that's true. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that's what you're saying that he's creative. I think we're just saying out of the two of them, he might be kind of more
He has no choice to be the creative, the creative midfielder, especially if
Smith
it's
four
just
three.
those two. Um, like I said, and we coulda, shoulda in regards to Tange. It would make it so much easier if this dude was, playing to his Leon potential. Um, it's just it's discouraging, you
Yeah.
know.
What Lloyd's saying, we're short of midfield options, though. We should be able to switch Skip or Hoiberg out for an attacking option, but we don't have one. Well, we do, but we don't. We kind of do, but we don't.
Yeah.
No, we don't. Sam Lee, Sean, to be fair, I think Winks has made more forward thinking than Skip in general recently. Okay, and then Sean Hurl's saying we're Canasons. Not sure if you've seen Sean Hurl's love for Winksy in recent times there, Murray, but Sean thinks that Winks is having a bit of a Winks naissance. So, yeah,
Back
he's.
to the Real Madrid game times. I because I've heard all the comments, Mr. Possible Iniesta, we've been playing him wrong. He just needed self confidence, blah 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 blah. And for me, in regards to Winks, I have to see more of I
Mhm.
think he's staying. I
Conte
think
seems to have
content
some high ceiling for him, doesn't
regard.
he? So,
Yeah, yeah. And so I'm gonna trust Conte in that, but I'm more of man. I got to see more on a consistent basis. Don't get me wrong. He's doing good, and literally was like 2 games ago one of the man of the match candidates, which is saying a lot. Uh,
well, yeah, I know. I mean, one good. That's the thing, isn't it? Like you have one good game, and then yeah. But he's had a few. To be fair, he's had a couple. For me, he's improving. I think as a lot of these players are improving. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe too soon to say it's a Winks naissance, but we'll see what happens. I think. Let's move on, shall we, Mr. Lucas Moura? What are we saying, Murray? Come on. Are we going to be? Hey! Yeah,
agree,
we
agree.
agree. We agree. Yeah, I think he's full of energy again, as he always is. Mora's always full of energy. He's always got urgency. There was that awesome cross setting up Son, I think, in the second half. Should have ended up in a goal. Obviously, unfortunately, didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's thriving under Conte. Definitely one that I can say definitely is getting some good vibes under Mr. Conte. What do you think?
Yeah, no, he had one of the best passes in the day to Sonny, which I had thought we were gonna score. It was a great save by the goalie. Um,
Yeah,
uh, he tried. He really tried it. That's why I gave him a 6. To create something coming into the middle. Um, but like I said, when you have a team that's really parking the bus, who's really really play on the low blocks, it's really hard to break down a defensive front like that. And so um, that's why I gave him a 6.
yeah.
Uh,
I think Lloyd's saying, I think you're talking about Moura here, Lloyd, but you're saying that he's your favorite player. He always gives us 100%. And I think you're talking about Moura. And if you are, I agree. I think he does always give us 100%. And like I said, he's full of energy. I've said before many times, like for me, I think he always wants the ball. He always wants like to do something with it. He's not afraid of it. And I think when he gets it, sometimes he does have a little bit of a problem sort of with the end product there. But lately, he's been thriving under Conte. So I agree. I'm enjoying him. Sean Tell, 6 for Mora. You kidding me? Apart from the chance for Son Anonymous, a 5 from you. Oh, okay. Okay.
it's close. It's 6 to
Not,
5.
you
I
know,
didn't give him a 9.
can't be faulted, Lloyd. Yeah, talking about Mora. Sam Lee saying thought Mora did well. Second half, 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, definitely stepped up in the second half. And Lloyd saying Mora, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think I'm enjoying what I'm seeing from Mora under Conte, and even before Conte. I mean, I can't necessarily say it's all under from Conte. I think Mora is a really solid kind of player for us, but he has been stepping up quite a lot recently. So I really hope to see more from him. So, and I really enjoyed seeing his New Year's photo. I don't know if you saw it. He looked like he was having a really good time with the boys. I don't know if you saw it,
Okay.
Myron.
Have not seen the picture.
I'll send it to you later. All right. Sonny boy. This is my favorite player. Everybody, pretty sure everyone knows by now. Mr. Son. What are we saying about him? Sevens. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, to be fair, it was a 6.5. And I was umming and ahhing to do 6.5 or 7. And then I was thinking, for me, you know, it wasn't necessarily his overall game plan on the day. He didn't necessarily step up in certain ways, but it's his set pieces for me. It's his corners, it's his free kick. Obviously, if he didn't step up for that free kick, we may not have won the game. So it's
Yeah.
it's set pieces for me for Sonny, and that's why I gave him a 7. So
Yeah.
what do
I
you
bumped it to a 7 because of that pass and only that pass. Um, Let me preface this very carefully, because, like I said, we people could be very sensitive. Um,
yeah.
Sonny, Sonny can play better. Um, he, like I said, it was a really really tough game against a team that wasn't really trying. You know, um, I, before that pass, I was definitely a 6 or 5 type of performance. It wasn't in my book, spectacular. It wasn't bad. It was just,
Yeah. Yeah.
they're trying. They all were, trying, and so I was going to give him a 6. The only reason why I gave him a 7 was that last pass, which
Mhm.
was beautiful. All his other uh, uh, free kicks, passes were it wasn't to par. It wasn't really to par. I know a lot of people complain about the color commentator, especially on the American coverage, was kind of being harsh on Sonny, but I was agreeing with him. I was really agreeing with him, and then that until
Yeah. Yeah.
that pass bumped it to a 6 to a 7, because that was the game when go. That's why we love this game. You can play mediocre whatsoever, and then you do something spectacular where it counts,
Yeah.
and people will say all is forgiven. So basically, with me, that pass
Yeah.
made it a 7 because it was beautiful. It was
Yeah.
perfect
It
for
was
that.
perfect, wasn't it?
It was
Like,
perfect.
and just his
So
corners as well, like just the accuracy and like I don't know, I've said it many times before. I just feel like he doesn't get enough credit for that. And he may not be scoring goals, every single game for us, and he may not be stepping up in ways that we normally see him do. But I think without that and without, his presence on the pitch, I think we'd really struggle. So yeah,
it's weird because the stats say he is weird enough. It shows that he's doing better than last year at this point. But on the eye test, it's I don't know. It's just there's a sharpness that's not there, and I have a feeling the
yeah,
same. Sonny could do better, and I'm not the only one. A lot of people feel that way, and so it's
yeah.
weird. It's really weird. Um,
The
Now I
sharpness is
know,
definitely not there for me. It's
yeah,
not.
I just feel the sharpness not there, but then again, people will show you. So it's tough. It really is really tough, and but the telepathic relationship that Kane and Sonny has is definitely not there in comparison to last year. I mean, those guys. I mean, that relationship was very unique, um, and beautiful. Will we get that back this
I
year?
don't know.
I don't know.
Sean Snow, you're saying that his corner's bang average, but can you tell me any other Spurs player that can do a better corner than Son? I can't right now. I don't know.
Can't really can't really think of.
No, I don't think
And
they are. I think that for what we've got, for me, I think that they're actually pretty good. But if you can tell me who does a better one, tell me.
yeah,
Abdul saying, I rate Son's effort even though he was getting bullied by Watford's backline, but I prefer him to play more wide and whip in balls against low block teams. Okay. 7, yeah. People are saying sevens. Juice nuts, bromance with Son and Kane as hits kids.
yeah.
I think that's probably. I honestly think that's probably what it is, isn't it? They're not gelling like they used to. So
You think in back of mind, his mind, Kane is still. I don't want to say angry, but maybe Sonny is now Mr. Tottenham. Because of the what happened in summer. Maybe there's some little hidden beef
yeah,
or
I think you don't know, do you? Like you don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but like it just feels very strange that they were gelling so well last season together, and it's obviously going to have some impact, isn't it? What's happened with Kane, which is sad. I think it's really sad. What we're doing, we're getting flooded with comments here. Sean's saying that Davies takes good corners. Davies corners for Wales are lovely. Okay, well maybe we can get him doing some corners for Spurs. Hopefully, I don't know.
well, a lot of people are doing good for the international team. Lo
Yeah,
Celso, great with Argentina.
hmm
Nothing
yeah.
for Spurs. It's kind of
Hopefully, we can get him
Matt
to do something
Daugherty
for
doing
us.
good for
Yeah,
Ireland.
they're all
And,
doing well
and
apart from
he's
Spurs, isn't it?
crap for us. So I don't.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
no!
I
Ooh, what
I
for?
don't know. 4-4 for the Dads. I feel like we're missing a really good game in Paris. We're gonna have to go back and watch it, but it's fine. We're here. We're in the moment. Craig, damn, I miss a star. That's fine. Big love to me and Murray. Thank you. Right, let's
Thank
kick
you,
it off. We're
Craig.
going to Mr. Kane. Harry Kane. Boo, 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 boo. Yeah, I mean, the only reason, I mean, I think Kane was working really hard. What,
Yes,
3 of 6 shots on target? Like that's pretty damn good for the Kane of
he was working
late.
his ass off. He
Yeah,
was trying,
he
really,
was
really
trying.
trying. Um, and gets a team that's playing the low blocks, not giving it much space. He's able to get some good quality shots off. I think that's the reason why I gave him a 7 because I thought he really, really, really tried and deserving of a 7 for me. I know some people will be like, "Oh, he
Kane's
gets a
seven and a
5
half though
or
from
6."
Sean.
I
So
I would I would agree.
Spurs
I
debate
think
saying an 8. Guys, I'm a,
maybe
I'm a harsh judge.
a little high, but
I'm a harsh judge. I'm a harsh judge.
yeah,
I think Sonny got the assist for me. I rated him up. Kane got the 6. He didn't, get a goal or an assist or anything in, but he like that does not defeat the purpose of the fact that he was working hard. He was working hard, and he is looking up, and he is playing so much better than what he has been in recent times. And from game to game, he has been looking so much better for me. I just think in this game it was a bit of a frustrating one for him. Again, it's not Kane's fault, not Kane's fault that it didn't land to him, and he didn't get the attempts and everything that he should have got. But unfortunately, he didn't get those attempts, and that's why I gave him the 6. But I think that yeah, he's definitely turned a corner for me, and he's hopefully like on the way back to being the Kane that we used to see. Seasons gone for me.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I think he's on his way back. He scored now it would be 3 out of 4 games. Really shot 4 goals out of the last 5 games because of that goal VAR took back when he was onside, and so I think he is. I think he's gonna come good. He's gonna come good, but but there, like I said, there's still problems with um, on the attack from my midfield to the front three, and
Yeah,
he's
just
now
getting the
having to,
service and stuff, isn't it, that he
yeah,
needs?
the
I think.
service is still not to par, and I think our fan base, I think most people knows that there's still work to be that needs to be done,
Yeah,
um, and so Harry Kane. He gets the more proper services. I mean, he's scoring more goals.
yeah.
You know,
He is getting more service, but still probably
yeah,
not enough,
yeah,
maybe.
but not enough. But quality service. There's service, and then there's quality service. And so I mean, when you're whipping it in, and he's going up against low block uh, central defenders and trying to head it, or try to get control of the ball. I mean, it's tough. It
Hmm.
really, really, really is tough. Now, some people may count that as a service, but is that really a quality service?
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. I just hope we're seeing him, seeing the him back to his best, and like let's make sure that he stays at a 7 or higher, or a 6, 7 or higher for me. Okay. And I'm sure
yeah.
we will. I don't think we'll see him slip back down below. I think he's back to his usual self. So maybe it's time for me to put him back in my fantasy team. I don't know. I haven't decided. I had him in for a few weeks and he didn't do anything for me. So we'll see. Choose nuts. What he's saying. Yeah, when Kane gets some service, he'll be banging the goals in. Spurs debate TV. How you doing? He's playing on the left shoulder, hence more chances. Yep. And Shawnee, super chat. Thank you, Sean Hurl. Harry Kane, an 8, took abuse, led the line, made his own chances. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's what we're saying. He took abuse. He was working hard. He led the line. Yeah, he was
yeah.
working hard. I mean, everyone has their own opinions. It's not just about what Mary and I have to think, and that's why I think all of you can obviously put your opinions in the comments. So thank you for that, and thanks for the super chat, Shawnee.
I
Um,
think that goalie did a good job. The keeper did a good job in making those saves and stuff. So he had some good quality
Look,
chances.
it's
It's not.
3 and 6. Like, that's better than what progressively he's getting better. So for me, there were weeks there where there was like naught of 4 or 5 attempts, and the shots on target are increasing, and that's just it's what we want to see. We need to see the progression. So yeah, right. So Murray, we haven't done our subs this week, but we are into crime of the week.
Ah, yes.
Ah. We only had one nomination this week. So if people do want to put a nomination in for Crime of the Week, please do send them in before, usually before 6 o'clock on a Monday night. If you can send in your Crime of the Weeks to me on Twitter at Spursy141. If you have something that you want to nominate for Crime of the Week, I'll give you a shout out. Um, Basically what we're doing is it could be an on pitch, off pitch, crime, something that Spurs have done in the week that warrants being locked up in jail. This week we only had one nomination, and we have covered it already. It is something that happened on pitch, and unfortunately it's Mr. Emerson Royal for his crosses.
It was criminal.
It was criminal. It was criminal. I'm sorry, guys. It was what was sent in to me. If you don't agree with it, then don't agree with it. But this is what people have to say out there. Yeah, like I said earlier, I think he was only successful from 5 of 14 attempts of his crosses into the box. Wasn't great. Wasn't great. I don't know. What do you think? Do we think it's still too? I mean, there's people crying, for replacements for that position, Murray. Like, what are you thinking? Do you think it's too? I mean, we've only had this guy for what, a
Yeah,
few months
yeah.
now.
I, I, I,
It's too
I
early,
think.
right?
Yeah, I think it's a bit too early. He's still developing. It's just that though people want to see him develop quicker because he's playing right now, and I see Tiore as, if you believe it, that okay, we're bringing him in to play his position. It's so I guess you want to have a fair balance opinion to it in
Yeah,
regards to Emerson and stuff. So um,
yeah. I
well,
think
only time will tell.
time will
But
tell.
yeah, I've seen some other nomination, the bad
Yeah,
refereeing.
the refereeing.
Uh,
Yeah, that was a
from
late one I was going to put in, but I wasn't sure. I couldn't find his photo, so I didn't put it
Yeah,
in there. That was one
yeah,
I wanted to put in there. I
that
think
was
the
a
ref
big
was spending a little bit too
criminal.
much time looking at his hair, wasn't he, and doing stuff
Yeah,
like that.
and actually, it was atrocious. Actually, the refereeing, it
Mm,
has been horrible. So yeah, I'm
yeah,
with the
refereeing and VAR, I think, seems to be a regular nomination that's coming through. I think everybody agrees it's very inconsistent. It's not great. It's the people behind VAR as well, the people making the decisions, the Premier League refereeing. It's just all a bit of a. It's all a,
yeah,
it deserves its own show, really, doesn't it? I think.
yeah. I mean,
um,
throwing down Dyer. I mean, that was a penalty right there. And
yeah,
then
there
the
was.
one with
Yeah,
Kane. Yeah,
Kane and Dier. Yeah, I
yeah,
remember them. So, what Spurs debate saying crime was Dier letting Josh King run at us without closing down the space, allowing to bend one with Hugo saving us late on.
yeah. I know,
Yeah,
I know it's not Spurs, but it was nice seeing Aaron Lennon still running around and playing the other day.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just like it was I don't know, nostalgic in a way, a little bit. So
I agree. Sean's saying Emerson moved to a new country, learning a new language, had COVID, give him a break. Yeah, I agree. I'm not the one putting these
yeah.
nominations in, Sean. Don't yell at me. If you have a nomination, you can send it through to me. This comes from the community. But I agree. My defense for Emerson as well has been the fact that he is new to the. I've said it week in, week out that he's new to the Premier League, new to the country as well, has a massive effect. Yeah, also, he's had COVID as well. So yeah, I agree on all those points. Um, Abdul, what you're saying? Emerson's crossing was terrible, but his ability to constantly get into positions was great. Yeah. Why doesn't Regulon get the same crossing opportunities as Emerson? Team forcing us to score Emerson. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was the fact that Watford were really hammering us on that right-hand side because they knew that Emerson was a weaker target, I thought, but I agree. I think Reguilon, also wasn't outstanding on Saturday's performance.
Yeah.
Sean, the league has had ridiculously horrible refereeing all season. Needs new referees, refereeing punishments, and getting rid of the clear and obvious clause regarding VAR reviews. Yep,
I I
100%.
mentioned this in another show. Like, are how often are these guys graded? I assume that they graded each game, and if they go below a certain score or grade, they can be demoted from certain games. Like, all right,
Yeah.
if you're at this grade level, you can do championship level games rather than Premier League level games.
Mhm.
I think a system like that uh, has to be enforced to to produce better refereeing. Because, like I said, not only with our matches, but just watching some of the other matches, there have been some atrocious, atrocious refereeing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just inconsistent, isn't it? It's just so inconsistent. It's bad, it's poor, it's
yeah.
just I don't know how these guys, some of them get there. Like you said, I don't know how they get their certificates or whatever it is they need to be refs. Like, why replace Dross with Dross? Adama won't improve it. Though we're talking about Traore. What are you thinking about Traore, Mari?
Well,
Is
well, I have two opinions. Number one, I don't really want him
mm,
because his end product, people are, oh, he runs so well, he's a beast. I get that, but I'm so without team, I'm just so sick and tired of players not having an end product, or we're
mhm,
waiting for them to have an end product like
yeah,
Bergvine, and
yeah,
so it's just like why get another one, and then you're
another
getting
one that can't do
and then you're
it.
getting someone to convert
Yeah,
into a position that
yeah,
it's like why?
yeah.
But if Conte wants him,
Conte, what Conte wants.
and what Conte what I agree. So I have two views. And Conte says I want Joe Smith. Then you know what? I'm gonna back Conte. I
Mhm.
want Joe Smith. So in regards to Tiore, I'm like, oh hell no, I don't want this guy. Like, look, I don't want to. But
But if
if
Conte
that's
wants
if
it.
Conte wants him,
Oh,
we
I
will
don't
take him.
know. I don't
And
know.
it's just, it's just because we'll be linked to Chelsea's players,
Mhm.
Lukaku stuff like that. And I'm just like, no, why?
Yeah,
No, like I don't want to be linked to
all
Tiare
these
or
people.
Lukaku or
It's just
Rudiger.
clickbait. Is it clickbait? I don't know. It's weird that we're constantly getting, linked to
It's
Traore, but
it could be clickbait because we have a whole month of these rumors. Though
yeah,
I think it would be horrible for us to do business the last day. Like we have a bunch of games we have to make up, games in hand. We have a difficult stretch of games coming up.
yeah.
We need to bring in some players now. But I'll be honest with you, Kim. It would shock me if we only brought in one player, two at
I'm
the
Jodi, by
most.
the way, but that's okay.
Oh, Jody, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Um,
Kim's in the
my,
comments, though. Big
my,
up to
my,
Kim.
yeah. Um, yeah, 'cause I saw a comment.
That's okay, Kimmy.
It's both my sisters. Awesome sisters. Uh, but it's just
Yeah,
I feel
I
that
know.
we might only do one signing. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I don't
uh,
see us doing much in January. I really don't.
yeah,
Um,
and
what's
we need top four, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be
We've got a
interesting.
lot that needs doing, and I agree with you. I don't think I see much happening in January. Lloyd's saying Traore could play NFL. He's strong and
Oh
fast, no end product. 100%, I agree.
yeah, play for your
Massive.
Raiders, who had a big victory
They
yesterday.
did, and that, so
Yeah,
I don't know if this is a thing, but I am a kind of a Cowboys supporter as well. It's not really a thing. I shouldn't really support two teams, but I kind of started supporting the Cowboys as well, and they lost yesterday, and that was terrible. But
yeah,
the Raiders won, and that was good.
yeah. Yeah, big victory for them for playoff.
Who are you again?
Ugh, the worst team in the NFL, the Giants.
Oh, the Giants. And
Minus 10 passing.
oh no, oh
NFL
no.
record.
Ugh.
Not good. Not a
That's
good record to
not
have.
great. Oh,
Yeah.
next season, maybe.
Yeah. Now I do see a name. I've always liked this player.
Who are we looking at? Isco.
Isco.
Sean
Isco.
Snow. What are you saying about Isco,
Yeah.
Sean?
I've always
Only
liked
player we need bringing in.
I've always liked Isco. Isco can do things that currently what our players are not doing in the midfield. A very solid passer. He could score goals outside of the box. Um, I've always liked Isco, um, but um, but yeah. Kim says, "Well played, Mari. Thank you." Like I said, both my sisters and um, who are extraordinary, awesome. They love their
Oh,
sports. They know their football, and so and support and support these women. Support her game too. There's a bunch of
support her
my
game too.
sisters who are awesome, but yeah, I would definitely take Isco.
Juice Nuts is saying he supports the Giants as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be long. It's gonna be a long couple of years for us. We have no direction. Yeah, it's gonna be long.
It's great, but he's unfit. A little chubby, Abdul's saying.
Yeah.
Well, Conte will get onto that, won't he? He'll get the ketchup and the mayo and the soft
He,
drinks and
he's
everything out of that.
unfit, and he'll still be our best our best creators on the team. That's that's what I said. I'm like, I would, yeah, it's was a good signing 5 years ago, but it's go on our team. I'm thinking it's go on our team. Uh, I would love for him to take free kicks. Um, Still probably one of our best passers. Could probably generate a goal outside. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't object to getting Isco. I wouldn't.
Going back to Traore, Alex is saying the only thing I see with Traore is that teams often give two defenders to mark him, and that could definitely open up space for Kane and Son.
I don't think I see returns that teams have to give it to. Yeah, that is a possibility. That is a possibility. I mean, he does bring up a good point.
What we're saying here.
Yeah,
There's lots of things about Isco in here.
Isco's
Whoever
bringing.
Conte wants, I'm happy for us to get. Yeah, again, that's what I'm thinking. That's what we're saying. He's 29. Who's 29? Isco. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I don't think he's close to 30, but he hasn't hit 30 yet. And I've always liked Isco. I've always thought he was not. I actually thought Isco going Real Madrid messed up his career, in my opinion, because Isco before Real Madrid was like the man. Of course, you go to Real Madrid, you kind of you're on team of all stars and whatsoever. But I have like Sean Snow said, Isco or Delhi. I'll take Isco in a heartbeat over Delhi.
Oh yeah, I think
Fat,
anyone would take
I
anyone
mean,
over
three
there.
hundred pound Isco. I would take him over Delhi.
A
like
KFC eating, like
yeah,
donut munching Isco
McDonald's,
over there.
Dunkin' Donuts eating Isco. I would take him over Deli Ali. You know, I mean, it's just yeah, um, yeah. So that
Yeah.
so I'm like, what can hurt? I mean, if he could go on the cheap, yeah. Now if you're asking to pay 25, 30 mil for him, I'm gonna be like,
Mm,
no, I would rather go for somebody
mhm.
else. But hey, if it's only for rumor 5 mil, I'll gladly take Isco.
Sumo Isco. Biscuit, biscuit. Kim.
Bisco.
Oh, guys. Anyone got a
Uh,
darts update for me? No. Anyway, Mari, Right, right. We've got a bit of a break in the Premier League. We've got FA Cup coming up. Obviously, we've got Chelsea on Wednesday for the Carabao Cup. We've got FA Cup, I think, the weekend, and then we've got Chelsea again. So we've got double down Chelsea coming up. What are your thoughts on the next few games? They're not Premier League games, obviously, so I won't be giving ratings for them. But any thoughts on what you're thinking in
I
terms of scoreline
I
predictions or
I want this.
freaking?
I want the Carabao Cup, especially now the teams that we're playing. We have a chance to play Chelsea, beat them, and possibly play Arsenal in a final, which will be
Hmm.
epic, epic. And like I said, it could be the Bisco Cup. I mean, I don't really care. We're playing Arsenal. I want to beat them,
Oh
and
yeah,
so we're
we have to.
close.
We have to beat them.
Yeah, it's
Like
the
there's nothing else.
semifinals. It's the semifinals, and so I am very confident because there is a big meltdown. You know, Lukaku be in the middle. They got injuries. They got COVID. I mean, they're
They got
going through a
COVID. They've
lot.
got also they have the AFCON. I think they got a few players out for AFCON.
Yeah, they have a couple players for the Afcon,
Yeah,
and so
their
um,
goalkeeper's out, isn't he? Mendy's out, I think. So
Mendy's out because they had the backup playing yesterday. Um,
I
and
mean,
and so
better no better time really to play them.
yeah, I think with Chelsea, they did come back against Liverpool. Christian Pulisic is uh actually should score another goal. It was a tremendous save. So whenever you play your
No
rivals, it's
Lukaku.
always
Sorry.
yeah, no Lukaku. So it's always going to be um tough. It's always gonna be tough. But if you tell me that we should go 100% for it and take
Mhm.
them, yeah. And I think we have a very very good chance. I all
Sean
trust in
Snow,
Conte.
draw Chelsea, beat Morecambe, beat Chelsea, beat the Filth.
I like that. I like that.
I like that because
I
it's
like that.
draw at Chelsea's home, I think, right? And then beat Morecambe, beat Chelsea at
Yeah,
home, and then beat the Filth at home. Yeah, I
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Sean,
I 100% agree.
you're onto something there. I think that's awesome. So I think Arsenal might have people out for AFCON potentially. I mean, I heard rumors about we had some people out for COVID again this week as well, bringing back the big C word in terms of
Yeah, I think
COVID.
it's two players.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Um,
going to hurt us too much, hopefully,
yeah.
because I think
I'm
everyone else has kind of had it, haven't they? But
just wondering which two players now.
yeah,
Um,
I thought, and I don't know what is a rumor and what's true these days. I thought I saw Sessegnon potentially might have been one of them.
okay.
Um, I can't remember who the other one was, but yeah, no one, no big hitters. I don't think, as in that will potentially pose a massive threat for us. Hopefully, but we don't know. We don't really know. No one knows with COVID. So,
Yeah.
who's what we're saying? Alan Harris, 5'5". Darts are going
5-5.
off, Murray. Juice nuts. In Conte, we trust. We all have a plan.
Yes.
In
Yes.
Conte, we
In Conte
trust.
we trust.
Shawnee, take progressing through to the Carabao to beat Woolwich, give up league game at Stamford
Yes.
Bridge. Yep. Sam, let's avoid a cricket score on Wednesday night and get them back to the lane. Alan Harris is signing off now. Oh, thank you. Happy New Year. Dier and Sessegnon. Ah, it's a Dier. That's not good.
Oh, I saw a blurb. It said
That's
Roden
not good.
may come in for that. Okay. That explains it.
Mhm.
That explains it.
That could be trouble. But
Well, at least we'll get to see Roden. Like, I
yeah, we
haven't
haven't
seen
seen
him.
him, have
I
we?
have not seen. And the thing is he really that bad? Like, whenever
Yeah.
I've seen him, I've thought he's been okay, but no one, no one seems to like the dude. I don't get
We
it.
haven't seen him, like, much of him lately, have we? So and then
Yeah,
give the guy a chance. I don't know, it's just a bit scary up against Chelsea, isn't it, for the first
yeah,
game for me. But
yeah. It's
hey,
good.
it might be still all negatives, we don't know. We don't know. Shawnee's saying that Rodon is good essentially. So yeah,
He
let's
is.
hope.
He is.
Let's hope.
But I hate Chelsea with a passion. Um,
Mhm.
like so we need to win on
We need
Wednesday.
to
We
win.
need to.
We need
I
to win
mean,
for the confidence factor, if anything, right? Like
yeah,
for these guys to just, imagine if we won that game going into the next couple of games, going into the Arsenal game like in another week's time. How amazing are we going to feel if we can just get as many wins in, no matter what league it is that we're playing?
yeah.
Um,
And it's like it's a cup game. It's semifinals. We're close. We're so
yeah,
close we could taste it. And I want top four. I definitely want top four, but I want a trophy. I want a trophy. I only have
just
one in my lifetime as a Spurs fan. That's the League Cup. I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
and that's not. Yeah, we need
13, 14 years ago. And, it's just like Lenny King was still playing. And uh, who is one
It's
of
gonna
my
happen.
idols.
It's gonna
So
happen. I
yeah,
mean, I can't promise you. It's in my positivity for 2022. We got to win a trophy, guys. Come on,
got to.
make this happen.
Trophies coming in. They're coming in. They're coming in. Yes, I agree, John.
Uh,
Top four. I want top
yeah,
four,
I
but I
think
also
so.
want a trophy.
Yeah, I want both. I want both. I'm
I
being
want
greedy.
both.
Being greedy. But top
Give me
four
both.
definitely for the whole. I think for the fact that what I was saying, that this is our year, like to challenge for it. Whilst Man U are not kind of up there at the moment. Until
Oh
they get a
yeah.
decent manager in, I think this is our time to try and have a sniff of getting in there. But yeah, what's people saying? Sean, Conte wants to beat Chelsea. Chelsea, please always voting against them. Go on, yeah.
He did. He did. He did beat the court.
It's very true, Sean. Abdul, I'm pretty sure our recent form against Chelsea has been atrocious, but we still believe. We believe. We
Yes.
always believe. We've got to
Yes.
believe, Abdul. We've
We
got to believe.
believe.
We've
We
got to believe.
believe.
Can be how crap Dobson gave to be not to displace Eric Bloody Dyer. I know you don't like Dyer, do you, Kim? I think you've got something against that guy.
She made Roden.
Oh, right. I don't
Yeah.
think she likes Dyer either, but anyway, Juice Nuts, great show. Oh, thank you. Thanks for watching, Juice Nuts. We love having you here. Sam Lee winning on Wednesday would be mental, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
absolutely mental. Could you imagine? Like,
At the bridge too. Oh man.
I'm not
Oh.
far from. Like, I could probably hear the Chelsea tears from where I am. Would be
uh,
amazing. I'd love it. Right, Mari, we got to get out of here so I can catch the end of these done. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, is there anything that you wanted to promote? What's happening on? You got Love Lounge happening this week?
yeah,
Or
yeah. We have one. It's gonna be interesting 'cause it's gonna be right after the game. Uh,
oh
so I'm,
yeah,
so I'm gonna talk very few about this past Saturday's game, and really focus. Really, it's gonna be like a post game show of the Carabao Cup semifinals. So it's gonna be interesting. And then I've launched also a new show called Spurs Tavern Talk, which is it's going to be interesting topics pertaining to Spurs and the world of football. And so I'm really excited about the next one. I'm going to talk about just a couple of issues. Number one, will Levy spend? It's going to be one of the topics. One of the other topics is bodyguards. Do athletes, in light of Cancelo, Rob home invasion in front of his family, which is really
that
those
was horrible, wasn't it?
those cowards. Oh my
That was
goodness.
that was
So we're
very
gonna talk.
heartbreaking to see that. Like,
So we're gonna talk about you know bodyguards for athletes, and then talk about the AFCON. Is the AFCON really disrespected? Question mark.
okay,
Is it disrespected for? There are those who say that it's disrespected, for racial reasons.
yep,
There are those who say it's just the timing of the tournament. It's every 2 years in the middle
yeah,
of a
in the middle of
season,
yeah.
just like international break. No one likes it, so we're gonna
Mhm.
discuss that. We're gonna look at it from all angles. Is the Afcon really disrespected for the reasons that it is? And so I think it should be a very good very, very good discussion show,
That's
stuff like
very
that. And
interesting. What day is that? Sorry, Mary. I'll make sure I tune in.
I am going to try to do it on Sundays and
Okay.
stuff. I also am planning on to. I really want to do a show, just talk about the Hurricane 2, and
Mhm.
so I want to get a couple of female streamers like yourself, Kim, Curse, and some other ones who are out there, just to talk about the movement. I think
Mhm.
people need to know more about it. So I'm really
Definitely.
excited about Spurs Tavern Talk because it's gonna kind of be like a serious,
Yeah, I like it, and
BB,
it's very.
BBC's
Mhm.
Sky Sport News type of a show. And so,
Sounds good,
yeah,
guys. Make sure you watch out for it, and I'll be promoting it for you, Murray. And I'll definitely come on and send guests to you and make sure people get involved because there's some very, very important discussions I think that need to be
hey,
talked about.
Sh-
So
Sean, find me on my Twitter handle, which is that, and let me know. I have you on the show, Sean. So yeah, definitely find me on the handle Mari from that Spurs episode on Twitter, and I would love for you to be on the show. I'm always looking for more people. Um, so yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah. And a big up to everybody that's on the stream.
definitely,
Simon,
Sam's
Kim,
saying we make a
Sean,
good
Sean.
team, Murray. We need to make it more of this.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely down. Jody and Mari, we got this. Across the pond show. Just
Across the
boom,
pond
boom,
show.
across the
Right.
pond.
I think that's gonna do it though, guys. So, Mari, again, thank you so so much for coming on. Like I said, it's always a pleasure having you here. And I promise you, I will get to the Love Lounge, maybe, and also your other shows that are coming out. Definitely, I'll be there.
Yeah, yeah. I
Um,
would definitely the Love Lounge. But definitely I would love for you to be on that show, episode that I want to do on her game too,
yeah,
and really have a female perspective of football, and there'll be a show of how you guys came to love football, and then what are the struggles that you guys go through in a male dominated you know streaming commentary world of football and stuff, of sports in general. So yeah, I think it will be a very, very informative, good show.
can't wait. Right, guys, make sure you look out for that. But yeah, I think we're gonna do it now, guys. I think everybody wants to go, and well, I especially want to go. I actually have to go back to work tomorrow as well after like 10 days off, so I'm very, very, very sad about that. But yeah,
Yes,
thank you
Simon,
so.
the Love Lounge, which is on Wednesday. The show I'm talking about is a different show. It's called Spurs Tavern Talk. Same channel, but two different shows. But yeah,
He's
yeah. So
switching things up. He's
yeah, yeah.
he's
Expanding. Let's just say
expanding. I like it.
expansion of shows. So yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching again. Guys, if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to Paxton Road TV. We
Yes.
couldn't do any of this stuff without you. I'm sure you're all subscribed, but if you haven't, please, please, please subscribe to Paxton Road. The guys, we do, so much stuff for you, and we just do it because we love it and we enjoy it.
Let's get
And
them to 10K. 10K.
that's
10K.
that's a
10K for
stretch. That's a
Sam
stretch, but
and Mike and Sid. They need to get to 10K.
big up
Paxton
to the
Road TV.
boys.
Spread the word. It's doable. We can do it. It's,
Thank you, Mari. But I'm
yeah,
sure the guys will be very appreciative of that. But we can't do any of this without you guys, and we love the comments, and we want to bring as many of you on to the shows as possible as well. So look out for that in the future. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I've been Judge Jody. Guys, have an awesome week. Stay safe, and I don't think I'm going to see you again now until the North London Derby. So yeah, have a great time. Enjoy the matches. Enjoy the Chelsea game where we smash them.
yes.
Enjoy the Morecambe game. Enjoy another Chelsea game where we smash them. And I'll see you after we smash Arsenal 7-0.
Yes.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.